Well, hello, welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and welcome to episode 191 of the Jesus Enrique Rosas show. We are live through YouTube, Rumble, and X as well. Also, you will be able to listen and download this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, everywhere that you can get your podcast. We have an amazing show ahead of us. Remember that the best way to support my channel, very easy, just like and subscribe. It's that simple. It's that simple. Any super chats I will be highlighting and commenting. And also, remember to download my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video, and you will be subscribed to my awesome emails as well. And of course, the heart and soul of this live shows, like the idea of having a live show, is the live chat. In your comments, regardless if you send super chats or not, I will be keeping an eye on your comments. If you have amazing comments, I will highlight them, and we will have a conversation. I don't know, you know that we always have some kind of, we always run into some kind of issue, technical issue. I hope that we don't have any hard issues today. I don't know if you are seeing captions right now. I know how important are captions for you. YouTube, if you are not seeing them, well, I don't know how to fix that, but they will appear in later in when you can rewatch the show. In all cases, I apologize for that one, but I will double check next time. So we are ready to begin. And we are ready to begin with today's topic. Let me see, where is my, just in case, make me sure that I'm moving myself here. I don't want to move myself. All right, I want to, I'm going to log my overlay. All right, and I'm going to what? Where's my trusty? I need my trusty log. Although this topic is gonna be a bit longer, so I'm gonna go just go with that. Just go with that. So we are ready to begin talking about Trump's address to Congress, and we got really cool videos and clips from that. Those like close to 2 hours. There's captions are unavailable per YouTube. Thank you, Michelle K. Well, next time I will double check. Thank you. So we got this address to Congress from Trump, and so many things happened. And it was nice that he was flanked by J.D. Vance and Mike Johnson. I don't know. I always find it funny to name Mike Johnson, but it always sounds like a prank call. But again, what really looked like a prank call was just getting started, just right at the beginning, was this guy, Al Green. Why? I mean, I can understand that you want to, you want to kind of protest, right? But you could, do it in a civilized manner, like before or afterwards. Like Democrats, we're going to be talking about Democrats a lot. I don't know. This was. I'm just gonna say something. Okay, at least Al Green, which I will call him Solglopithecus from now on. Solglopithecus was original in his protests, because all that Democrats did, like they did like a single mass. Like they never thought for themselves. Okay, at least Solglopithecus, the guy, thought for himself. He tried to, heckle. Maybe next time they can throw him, like somebody mentioned, a Snickers or something. But it was a good thing that he was taken away. Hey, man, that's not the way. That's not the way. But at least I give you 1 point for creativity. At least. So what else do we have? LMAO, Trump is hilarious, from Eric Dougherty. The U.S. has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense. Democrats clapped. That was one of the few times that Democrats clapped. I mean, if not the only time. I mean, we're gonna We're going to review all the times the Democrats did not clap. But this one, you want to keep it going after another 5 years? Yeah, Pocahontas say yes. Yeah, Elizabeth Warren. I don't think that Elizabeth Warren was fuming, well, with the Pocahontas thing, but she was happy with the billions to Ukraine. And we will be talking about Ukraine in near the end of this show, by the way. So let's watch this.
With no end in sight, the United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense. With no security, with no...
You see Mike Johnson, you're going to clap now. Remember that Democrats in this case are to the left of our screen. So yeah, Mike Johnson is, you're going to clap now. You have never clapped. You have never stood up. So you're going to do it right now. Why? Vance was a bit annoyed as well.
Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes.
No, at least she was a good sport. At least Pocahontas was a good sport. She kept clapping, even if being called Pocahontas. I didn't see that she was filming. She's so for Ukraine, for billions more. Bring those billions for Ukraine.
2,000 people are being killed every single week. More than that.
Yeah, it was horrific. And among the things that made, let's say, the event added some levity to the event, we got that. Well, it seems that Elon is already, eyeing his next baby mama. We got this. Thank you, Yellow Flash, for sharing this clip. And you know the kind of stuff that we cover here. We cover body language, and all of a sudden, what is going on here? What is going on? You want some water? Let me fix this so you can. Oh my God! Oh my God! Elon is looking for number 15 already. Elon is looking for number 15 already. Why? Well, I don't know, but the guy, the guy is on a roll, and he will keep on a roll because Elon has to do what Elon wants to do. It sounds like Megan, right? What Elon wants, Elon gets. Trump walked right by and ignored Senator Minority Leader Chuck Schumer on his way to the podium tonight. You can see that. Well, you know that Chuck's profile is unmistakable, so you cannot miss it. It is impossible to miss it. And when we play the video, there's the video. There's Trump approaching, and Chuck can sense him right next to him. And of course, Trump is going to ignore him. Of course, because Trump can be a good sport as well, but things have its limits, right? One should have certain limits for stuff. And among all the things that I spotted, Representative Lance Gooden raped a sign saying, "This is not normal," out of the Democrats' hand as Trump walked by. I mean, by the way, this is a sign. There's a sign there it is. There's a sign that says this is not normal with a very odd L, by the way. This is not normal. What does this lady refer to? I mean, what does she mean that this is not normal? It is not normal that Democrats stand for so many horrific things. We're going to be talking that day already voted out the bill to keep men out of women's sports, and it was by unanimity, and no single Democrat voted for that. So that's what's not normal. These people have issues, and you can see that he goes in the back. Wait for it. It takes, in a way. Yeah, the kind of things that I remember this morning that we were talking about the party of, or the movement of common sense. I wouldn't say the party, because it's not the party of common sense. That we are a movement. Because I don't like to be affiliated to any party whatsoever. I'm still independent. I'm a loner. I'm a lone wolf, and I'm still stand for common sense. And so far, well, it's the conservatives, the Republicans, the one who are exercising certain common sense. Fix my tie. My tie is a bit rogue today. The golden tie, the golden ticket. And there was a hot mic moment between J.D. Vance and Mike Johnson when they were talking about, well, how do you do this? There he comes. We didn't wear the same tie. I'm going to try to speak for you because, well, it's very hard to listen.
Well, we could have coordinated, I guess, but, man, I got to be honest with you,
We will never know what J.D. Vance told Mike. We will never know.
By the way, I think the speech is going to be great, but I don't know how you do this for 90 minutes.
The hardest thing was doing it during Biden, when the speech was a stupid campaign speech.
It's very fun when Mike Johnson says, how do you do it? Vance asks him, how do you do this for 90 minutes? And he says, well, the hardest thing was doing it during Biden when his speech was and he lowers the mic. He lowers the mic.
Biden, when the speech was a stupid campaign speech.
Stupid campaign speech. Oh yeah, that describes it. That is on point. And one of the most savage moments of the night was when Trump called the Democrats human traffickers to their faces. Holy shit, from clandestine. When Trump is talking about the illegal border crossings, right as he says human traffickers, he points at and gestures to all the Dems who are on his right. Trump just called all the Dems human traffickers to their faces. Do you think that the mainstream media is going to do something about this? They should. They should.
But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals.
He did that. You saw that. I have to zoom in. Let me see. This is the Donald index finger cam.
Human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals.
He got away with that. But he's not lying. He's not lying. Who did that? Who did that? The Biden-Harris administration. And all Democrats were okay with that. And the Democrats didn't clap or stand up at any point when Trump mentioned the victims of illegal migrants. Again, we have to remember that Democrats are all for embracing illegal migrants, like the mayor of Boston that was like today saying, oh, you don't have to go away. We embrace you. You know that there was a horrific slashing incident like a couple of days ago. And the slasher was shot down by police. And she was in a press conference, like apologizing, giving condolences for the slasher, like a guy who went on a murdering spree, and the mayor was apologizing for, oh, we shot him down. It was so that is absurd. That is absurd. It's just it's this simple. It's one less. It's one less scum of the earth. It's that simple. Okay. That's the way that this should be treated. Okay. You F around, you find out. And you will find yourself at the wrong end of I don't know what is the guns that the police use at the wrong end of a Browning.
Streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies. They are now strongly embedded in our country. but we are getting them out and getting them out fast.
Well, I know that I included Nancy Pelosi on the thumbnail, but out of respect, because I still have standards and I'm a gentleman, I am not going to show the moment that she was fighting to keep her dentures inside her mouth, not popping out. Okay, so just making you aware that that clip is all over the internet, so you can go watch it, but not on my show. I have standards, right? I wouldn't mean, oh my, I mentioned it, right? I did mention it. Oh, well, you know, it's just my mistake. But when I say that Soglopithecus was creative, it's because of this. Chuck Schumer, this was before Trump's speech. Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren posted identical videos, word for word, right before Trump's speech. Okay? Listen to this. This was insane. This is very easy to listen, even if both of them are talking at the same time.
I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
That ain't true. That's what you just heard. Since day one of Donald Trump's presidency, prices are not down, they're up. Inflation is getting worse, not better. The prices of groceries, gas, housing, eggs, of essentials, it's not getting better, it's getting worse. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has done nothing, goose eggs, to lower prices for you. Instead, he's part.
And they have the, you know, I don't have, I have one of those mics. I'm going to use it and say, you have they have the, you know, the TikToker attitude with this fast-paced editing, the exact same script, both of them. But I know what you're thinking. You already saw that online, right? But I'm going to show you that it was not only Warren and Schumer, it was also, at some point they added a friend. Okay, we're going to add a friend, Cory Booker, already chime in with the exact same script, with the exact same, you know, holding the mic, with the exact same lighting, with the exact same editing. And once you know it, thank Autism Capital, this is the definition of the blob. Zero original thought, all written off of the same script, all holding the DJI microphone. That is not an ad. Trying to look like a Zoomer YouTuber is the party of pure unfettered inauthenticity, a great machine with replaceable parts. The following stuff you will not be able to understand, but you will at least be able to watch this instead.
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
I mean, my question is, sincerely, do you think that repeating the exact same message in every channel is going to have more effect? Don't you think that you're going to look like a bunch of sheep, like all saying the exact same words, the exact same way, like cookie cutter? Like I am surprised that they are not synchronized, but that would be way too much. I mean, I'm surprised that they were not AI generated, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised that they are AI generated. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna play a couple more seconds of this stupidity. I don't know who coordinated this, but they should be fired. This is not my problem, in fact. This is not my problem, but they should be fired because I'm sure that this get the exact opposite reaction of what they were expecting. And the other way that they displayed that stupid sheep mentality is, oh, let's all bring this tiny signs with words like false or mosque steals. All right, you see, and you see that this guy, well, I have no idea who he is. The guy has a lot of energy. Yeah, he has conviction raising his little sign of mosque steals, save Medicaid, false. What else? I know that there was another. There was a lot of. This lady forgot hers at home. Okay, she had to improvise at least. Well, 1 point for improvising. Very good. That is nice. And that's a lie. That is a different one. You have to stand out. You have to stand out. Okay, 1 point for standing out. Very good. Very good. So I'm gonna tell you, before we move on the next topic, I have to say something that this gave me an idea, because even if it's the Democrats, right? Sometimes you have to say, okay, this they might be onto something. And I said, why don't I make my own little sign? And I said, well, I'm gonna do my own little sign, okay? And I did my own little sign, and I said, hey, this comes in handy because it's physical, it's real, right? And it's really useful for every single instance in which Democrats show how unhinged they are. So from now on, I will be showing my damn suck little sign every time Democrats do something crazy or stupid or their shenanigans. So yeah, this is something that is going to be a recurring prop on my show. So thank you, I guess, for the idea. I mean, it's nice. It's something that is right to the point, black and white, sans serif font. Well, it was a good idea. It was a good idea. So, yes, a little sign fix my why is my tie going rogue? The next topic we need to, I think it's the best example of how unhinged the Democrats have become. Because we are talking about DJ Daniel. DJ Daniel is a 13-year-old boy, because he's just a boy, still a boy, has undergone 13 brain surgeries because he was diagnosed in 2018 with brain cancer, and he was given 6 months to live. And he is still here with us. He's he's a total fighter. He survived cancer. It was quite the ordeal, and not even for DJ, the Democrats could clap or say something or react in any way. So for them, all of them, even a 13-year-old boy whose dream is to become a law enforcer, to join the law enforcement, not even for that, Democrats reacted. But you have to try to, try to guess what is going not only through these people's minds, but hearts, if they have a heart, if they have some kind of soul. I mean, they have this level of Trump derangement syndrome that whoever Trump mentioned, even this boy, they were going to reject it. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. So it's like, well, we need to include this meme. Thank you, Brait Passion Potatoes. What if we bring silly little signs and don't clap for a child with brain cancer? Yeah, it's something. This was their plan from the beginning. How can you be like that? I mean, you can have just a bit of dignity, a bit of principles, and say, okay, we can agree on this. You clapped for sending billions of dollars to a country on the other side of the ocean, and you couldn't clap for a boy who is still surviving. He survived cancer. And it was right there in your face. It's something. Hannity had some harsh words for
Democrats tonight were so pathetic, they couldn't even stand for Laken Riley's family, Jocelyn Nungary, his mother, a slain officer's wife, Stephanie Diller. They couldn't even stand for a beautiful 13-year-old cancer survivor who dreams of being a police officer and tonight became a Secret Service agent, DJ Daniel. He said, "This is my 5th time at a joint address from President Trump. And sadly, there is nothing this president could do or say that would make these Democrats stand and cheer. This has now become a party of rage and hate, a radicalized party reduced to a collective temper tantrum."
Collective temper tantrum. That is the best definition. And collective is the word. Like, we are this united stuff, this party against Donald Trump, no matter what he does. No matter what he does. And he was joking at the start. It's like when I tell you, you will always have people that hate you with all your guts. No matter if you save all the puppies and kittens in the world, and you give one arm and one leg to save them, there's always a group of people, that 1% of people are going to tell you, how selfish are you? You should have given both of your arms and both of your legs and one eye for those kittens and puppies. That, no matter what you do, they're going to complain. But sometimes one can be a bit exaggerated, right? Sometimes one can be, okay, maybe that doesn't happen in real life, but we saw that in real life last night. It was baffling to see. And yes, as some of you are saying it, Democrats are digging their own graves. And I don't see, if they keep this attitude, and they keep standing for, oh, we want men in women's sports. We want to push trans fuckery on children. We want to embrace all possible illegals in our shithole, literally shithole sanctuary cities. You're going to keep losing. And I, for one, I will make sure that you keep losing. You're just going to help me with what you say and your actions. You're going to make my work much
hands
easier.
Doing nothing for the American people. But tonight, this is also a defeated party. No solutions, no coherent message, no plan for the future, simply reduced to political stunts and smears and outright lies.
So that's what I've told you, that if the Democrats have any chance of having a proper approach, not only to the midterms, but 2028, they have to change their arguments. But what argument can you have? I mean, it's like they say, it's very hard to be a Democrat these days. You have to be pro-corruption. You have to be pro-sending money to other countries. Like you saw that the Supreme Court ruled that, yeah, all that money that was dead from USAID has to be released. It was $2 billion. $2 billion. It was something that's baffling. You have to be pro-men in women's sports. You want to be pro-illegal immigration. You have to be pro so many insane things that you will essentially keep losing unless you change your tune. How you change your tune is only your problem, not ours. Not our problem. And this is something that I wanted to mention. Breaking Senate motion to ban men from female sports fails with 0 votes from the Democrats. Remember that one thing was the executive order of Donald Trump that has effect at a federal level, but still doesn't have, the impact that it should. You need a bill to make it more permanent. And Democrats voted 50, like all of them voted against this. So we have to assume that all of them are sheep that are pro. They want men still hurting women. They want men in women's restrooms. They don't care. They hate women. Prove me wrong. I think I've reached a point that I would say to anybody who wants to debate me in this topic, like, go ahead, reach out to me and we'll debate here live if you want. All right, live. It's the only way that I could debate. No no safeguards, no, live. Let's debate this. How could you debate this? I don't know, but I'm willing to debate with anybody who wants. That's not happening. But again, this was one of the most touching moments when the director of the Secret Service named JD honorary member of the Secret Service. I think that was not honorary. He was an actual member of the Secret Service right now. And DJ hugged him. And this got as wholesome as it can get. I mean, you can say, I know that you might be thinking, oh, this was some kind of emotional manipulation. They were planning this. All this is planned. You're using all these victims for political clout. This is something that you always do. This is something that you have to do as a politician. It's very easy. You have a point, okay? You have a point. You want to make a point, and you make sure that people that represent and have lived through the point that you want to make are right there, and you name them, and you point at them, and you make all people stand for them, like Laken Riley's family, for example. Okay, you make the point about curbing illegal immigration, making illegal immigration drop by, like southern border crosses drop by 95%, and you make sure that Laken Riley's family is right there. This is, of course, for impact. This is to have this presence, okay? They have this impact. Okay, I'm not making things up. This is a real thing. And let's see if we, as in all the country, as in Republicans and Democrats, we can, get behind this. And the only thing that Democrats clapped for was sending more billions to Ukraine. Because you know that you have to follow the money. You know that they're lining their pockets at the same time. You know how that works. The warmongers want more billions to Ukraine, and that's why Trump said, you want 5 more years of sending money to Ukraine. You want that? And, well, there are also the recollection of DJ Daniel himself. I had 13 brain surgeries, and that's how many times my personality has changed. This is, well, this is a tragedy, and I don't think that any 13-year-old should be going through this. I mean, this boy, it's already a man. He is already a man.
But you know the craziest part? Because my mom bathes me and my brothers all together. And out of nowhere, I locked up, and then my dad was calling my name, and I started going to the slow thing, and he said, "Stop playing with me." And I started to act, I ain't gonna lie, I started to act slow, and then as soon as he said that, we was speeding all the way, running lights, going to the hospital. And then next thing you know, I was seizing on the table. They said, "Nah, we gonna have to go in his brain tonight." Ever since then, I had 13 brain surgeries, and that's how many times my personality has changed. And that's something that you don't hear from a terminally ill child. They had 5 months to live. I'm gonna keep on going until my gas tanks run out.
Yeah, it's something to keep on going until my gas tank runs out. Imagine that. Imagine having 13 years, being 13 years old, and already having that mentality. Let me see how long can I go. And this guy is a fighter.
And that's when God calls you home. You never know when God's gonna call you home. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my dad. I know he's pretty proud of me, and I'm pretty proud of him too. And I'd like to thank President Trump, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today.
It was so amazing, and in many ways, Kang-Min Lee, I have to mention Kang-Min Lee, he has a nice thought about this. This was an incredible, wholesome, heartfelt moment. But Democrats couldn't even stand to celebrate Trump helping a child battling brain cancer. Don't let these sick people ever gaslight you about caring about unity ever again, because they're not the party. Does that sound like the party of joy? Does that sound like a party of joy? That is full-on hypocrisy, right? That's full on hypocrisy. That's why what I tell you. Imagine if Kamala had won. Imagine if Kamala had won. Was every single vote counted? And when I tell you that there are little demons just walking among us, we are talking about this. Tim Pool, she says this, I don't know who she is, but this is despicable. She says she hopes the child doesn't, delete himself. What a vile, disgusting thing to say it about a child. I mean, what? How? Of course, it has to be on MSNBC.
But I think this was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ. And I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump's supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope...
What the fuck? What? No. This is again. I hadn't seen the video. I couldn't believe. This is worse. Let's politicize the boy who survived brain cancer, and at the same time, let's hope that he doesn't, delete himself. How? I sincerely hope that all these demons, at a minimum, lose their jobs. That's the minimum thing that should happen. I hope that MSNBC ceases to exist because of this. They lose all audience. That is the minimum. I've told you, I'm never happy. I am never happy. Thank you, J.E. May, for the name Nicole Wallace. Nicole Wallace, I'm going to tell you the same thing I said about Joy Reid. I will never, celebrate somebody losing their job. But in your case, I would be glad to make an exception, because that is the least thing. You should be exposed. What a demon you are.
And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those.
I really don't think how channels like MSNBC and CNN can continue like this. I don't know how can that be a thing. But at the same time, we got very other wholesome moments last night. And to Louis Montoya, this is my favorite part of the night. DJ Daniels high-fives Jason Hartley after Jason just learned he got accepted to West Point. And yeah, you have to see Jason's body language because that was on point. He didn't know what was coming.
But I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets.
Here comes DJ. Here comes DJ. How wholesome can this get? How wholesome can this get? I mean, this is the kind of thing that I tell you. My thoughts about Trump's speech is, well, he has done a lot in less than 2 months. He's done a lot. It was baffling to realize, and he himself, I noticed that he said that this administration, like the current administration, has done more in barely more than 1 month than in the past 4 years. And he even said that even in the past 8 years, like combining even his own previous administration, like we have done in 1 month, we have not only corrected what whatever Biden did in 4 years, but what I myself, Donald Trump, did in my 4 years. And barely more than a month, which is true, right? So again, there was all the things that Trump said, all the statistics, all the things that he is fixing about the United States. Again, how can you complain about that? How can you complain about that? Yeah, Lulu, I forgot to say that, yeah, my golden tie was for the golden age for the United States that is about to start. How can you be against all that? How can you be against investigating corruption, prosecuting corruption, ending corruption? How can you be against the most, let's say it's not, it's like fighting all that waste of money from taxpayers? How can you be against women feeling safer? How can you be against children feeling safer and parents feeling safer and Americans feeling safer? How can you be against that? I have no idea, but that's what we got. I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. So, see the live chat. Yeah, they're showing their true colors. Without any doubt. Without a shadow of doubt. They are showing their true colors, and that is a good thing. I mean, that is nice. That is nice because one thing that I will not get tired of not only using my little sign. I'm gonna have my sign very handy right there. Is that one of the most important things from before the midterms is make elections safer and more secure. This is really important. Make elections safer, more secure. I shield them from literally anything, every single capacity for fraud. Make fraud impossible. And one thing is paper ballots, same day voting, same day counting. It's that simple. It is perfectly possible. It is perfectly possible. Paper ballots is the most important thing. Is the most important thing. But now we need to address something that has been a bit controversial about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Some of you are, scratching your heads about this, and it is this. You see, some people are scratching their heads about this op-ed from Bobby Kennedy Jr. on Fox News, in which Robert F. Kennedy Jr. measles outbreak is call to action for all of us, and he says that the MMR vaccine is crucial to avoiding potentially deadly disease. Some say that he did not say that himself, that subtitle, he didn't say that himself, but he actually wrote an op-ed for Fox News talking about the MMR vaccine, and this has a lot of implications. Again, you have to remember that the MMR vaccine are 3 vaccines. One of them is for measles, and this triple vaccine has been going around since the 1971. It has more than 50 years doing the rounds. And one important thing about this op-ed before we move on is these words. This is from Bobby Kennedy Jr. It is also our responsibility to provide up-to-date guidance on available therapeutic medications. This is something that we try to stress over and over again during the before the elections, during all the campaign, that Bobby Kennedy was not really against vaccines. He was pro, let's do all the research and let's make sure that parents have a choice and have an informed consent about the risks. Okay, this is important. He wants to make sure that everybody has the right to opt in or out, in this case, the MMR vaccine. And if there's a measles outbreak, more on that in a minute, then that might be an option if you want to, okay? He also said on that op-ed, studies have found that vitamin A can dramatically reduce measles mortality. So maybe if you eat foods with vitamin A, if you are deficient in vitamin A, maybe you have a higher degree of mortality. That's another thing. He said, on that piece, parents play a pivotal role in safeguarding their children's health. All parents should consult with their healthcare providers to understand their options to get the MMR vaccine. The decision to vaccinate is a personal one. Personal one. If you don't want the vaccine for your family, Bobby Kennedy Jr. is saying, okay, you shouldn't be forced to do that. But if you want to, well, you need to know the risks and, risk and reward. Vaccines not only protect individual children from measles, but also contribute to community immunity, protecting those who are unable to be vaccinated due to medical reasons. Now, he said that here, and many people are in this, screaming to the top of their lungs, what went wrong with this guy? What happened? What exactly happened? Why is he doing some kind of 180? Because there was this video from less than 1 year ago, yet you need to watch, which is Bobby Kennedy precisely talking about measles. Okay, there's a measles outbreak. You might be asking, by the way, the question if people have been vaccinated about measles, the MMR, then how can there be a measles outbreak? Well, one of the reasons could be that, all the people that maybe are not in the United States legally, or they are coming from other countries, maybe they are not pay attention to their to the vaccination schedule. But at the same time, let's watch this video so you can understand what I'm telling you.
If your kids were young now, would you give them the measles, the mumps vaccine?
No. I got measles, mumps when I was a kid. It was...
Lots of people used to die from those diseases.
Well, you know what? They died in the 1900s, or early 1900s. There were about 10,000 Americans a year who died. In 1964, there was about 300 or 400 who died, and they were almost all severely malnourished kids.
This is important. It's like when we talk about COVID, people that died from COVID, what other comorbidities were they suffering? Okay, because it's like, okay, you died from COVID, but maybe you were at high risk for everything because of certain conditions or your lifestyle or something, or maybe of old age, and that's important to consider. I've told you that you need to look at it's not that simple as looking at stats. Okay, these are statistics. In this case, they knew that children who actually died from measles back then, talking in the 60s, is because they were severely malnourished.
Mainly from the Mississippi Delta. This was before the poverty program, so there was a lot of starving children in our country. It's very, very hard to kill a healthy child with any infectious disease, but particularly with measles. And the World Health Organization now says vitamin A is an absolute cure for measles, which we didn't know about back then. Back then, we were treated with chicken soup, and it was, a week at home watching Leave It to Beaver, and every kid caught it.
Yeah, you know that we used to organize parties. I'm going to tell you my own measles anecdote, which is not as pretty as you may think. But you know that they were like measles parties, and one kid in the neighborhood has measles. Oh, all you, let's do a measles party. Let's put all of them in a room playing, I don't know, Ludo or Monopoly or something like that. No, Monopoly. You're not gonna torture them with Monopoly. No, that is a war crime. But you get all the children together, so everybody gets measles at a very young age, and that's it. You're immunized for life. And then Bobby Kennedy says this.
Every single kid got it. And I had 11 brothers and sisters, and we all got it, and we were all fine. And there are lots and lots of studies out there now that show that kids who get measles as a child are much healthier when they grow up, that they're much more resistant to cancers, to atopic diseases, to allergies, and to heart disease.
To heart disease. So this is what I tell you. That's why I want to call my channel like the Common Sense channel. As in, how does this work? You said this back in 2024 during the campaign, and he got a point. All right. How come that now you are kinda pushing for parents to? I wouldn't say, I don't want to say that he's pushing for, because as I'm telling you, he made it very clear that the decision to vaccinate is a personal one. As I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you my own measles experience. I got measles quite old, at old age. At the old age of 19, I was 19 years old when I got measles. It was, I was not vaccinated. I couldn't have been vaccinated for the way that I got it. I really don't know if I was vaccinated, but the only thing that I can tell you is that it was really hard to find a spot and all my skin area all over the body that didn't have like one you know, the red blisters, right? Like I look like a I don't know, like a monster, like all over me. It was completely covered in that, like literally completely covered. Okay. It was like what? It was like 2 or 3 days. I still remember. It was like hell. I for one, I would like to have had the measles vaccine, so I didn't have it so bad, right? I still have some scars from that thing. But I'm finding out that, well, I survived. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm not an AI or anything. I survived. Some of you already know that I survived many other things. So it was a thing, right? I was 19 years old. I survived the thing. It was horrific, but still, whatever. It's just like that. Just stay at home for 3 days until you begin like shedding all that stuff, and that's it. And in so many ways, I would say, what is the problem? I'm going to ask a question. Nowadays, I know that there are so many resources, and you know that I'm all for health, technology, and resources. But we know that it's extremely unlikely that a kid dies from measles. It's extremely unlikely, and RFK Jr. said that himself. It's like we never heard of that back in Venezuela. It's just like it was non-existent. As I'm telling you, it's just something that doesn't happen. I felt like dying that night, at first night with the blisters, but whatever. But my question is, if you said yourself back 1 year ago, less than 1 year ago, that getting measles is not only non-threatening, it was threatening 100 years ago and maybe 80 years ago, but it's not threatening right now. Why would you suggest that parents could, I don't know, maybe you can give your kids the MMR if it's pretty much unnecessary? Now, I don't know. I'm not saying that it is unnecessary. Maybe you think, oh yeah, Jesus, this is, you have to because such and such. Again, it's your decision. I'm telling you my own experience. I'm telling you that I would have liked to, well, not go through that experience, but well, whatever. So is life. But I see this kind of contradiction between what RFK Jr. said back then and what he's saying right now. In spite of, this is very important, that he said that the decision to vaccinate is a personal one. Just in case, we can do a very quick review of what he said. This is the article. Maybe we can fix it here. Okay. Deeply concerned about the recent measles outbreak. He is deeply concerned. The situation has escalated rapidly, reporting 146 confirmed cases since late January 2025 in Texas, primarily in the South Plains region. Tragically, this outbreak has claimed the life of a school-aged child, the first measles-related fatality in the United States in over a decade. But we need the full information about what happened to that child. Does that child had? Okay, we don't want to know his identity, but is it possible that this kid has some comorbidities or something that complicated measles itself? And it was something about him besides the measles. And he says, vaccines not only protect individual children from measles, but also contribute to community immunity, protecting those who are unable to be vaccinated due to medical reasons. But again, he said himself that it was no big deal. And yeah, it was no big deal. And like tens of decades ago. He says a case fatality rate of 1 in 1,000. The current Texas outbreak has predominantly affected children. 116 of the 146 cases occurring in individuals under 18 years of age. The DSHS reports that 79 of the confirmed cases involve individuals who had not received the measles, mumps, and rubella MMR vaccine. In response to this outbreak, I don't know, it is my question as well. Do you think that less than 150 cases is an actual outbreak? And if he said himself that we used to just go through it, like back then, why aren't there things like a bit more important than this that he should be focusing on? But it's my question. It's just a question. As healthcare providers, community leaders, and policymakers, we have shared responsibility to protect public health. This includes ensuring that accurate information about vaccine safety and efficacy is disseminated. Again, as I've told you many times, there are no treatments of any kinds that don't have some sort of side effects. Like everything has side effects, and of course depends on your particular maybe reaction to that. You have to be careful about that. You have to be informed of that. I would never tell you trust your doctor like blindly. No, it's that is a bad idea. But because in the end, the responsible of the consequences of those actions is going to be you, not your doctor. Okay, you're going to be responsible of what you do to your body. So you ultimately you can sue your doctor as well. It's the United States after all, but you have to be very careful with this kind of stuff. Tens of thousands died measles annually in 19th century America. By 1960, before the vaccine's introduction, improvements in sanitation and nutrition had eliminated 98% of measles deaths. He says that in the same op-ed. Important. Good nutrition remains a best defense against most chronic and infectious illnesses. Now, I'm asking you, dear viewer, do you think children in the United States as a whole, as an average, have access or are fed in a way that we could say that is nutritious or healthy? That is a big question. And Bobby Kennedy Jr. has said that himself, that we've got children that have like high blood pressure and they are barely 14 years old. That they are developing diabetes and they are not even teenagers. So something is happening, and there's this chronic inflammation. I've told you about chronic inflammation, something that is going to weaken your immunity response to anything. So it is quite absurd, right? That in 1960s, we already knew what was a natural way to not die of measles. And we are seeing like a resurgence in that, an outbreak. I mean, you could say that it's an outbreak, but I don't know. I would say that it's par for the course. But I'm thinking aloud here. Healthcare professionals on the front of this outbreak are working tirelessly to treat affected individuals and prevent further transmission. The dedication and resilience are commendable, and they deserve unwavering support. But again, he said himself that all parents should consult with their healthcare providers to understand their opinions to get the MMR vaccine. Again, I have that question. What changed in Bobby Kennedy Jr.'s stance? I don't know. I understand that he has a responsibility as well, that if you want to give your kids the MMR vaccine, then you should be informed of what is that about. All right? And of course, the odds of your kid dying of measles nowadays is, incredibly low, okay? There are many things that one can die nowadays, and that is, it's amazingly low. So I think that I could say that what Bobby Kennedy Jr. right now is trying to say, that the decision is yours, but you have to make sure that you are informed about all the odds, risk and reward. But again, I would love to know what you think about this in the comments. I've seen that some of you in the comments. Well, I have already that this is an issue that we have seen countless of times. You have a big food that poisons Americans, especially children, and children cannot have the immune response. And in many ways, it's like formula for babies. It's like trying to push formula for babies. If you push formula for babies when it's not needed, then they are gonna have all these issues later when they grow up. You're gonna have allergies. You're gonna have maybe the wrong immune responses to stuff. You have to be very careful. This is a rather complex topic, because at the same time, we know that eating well, eating really a nutritious meal, some people say that it's expensive. Sometimes it's not expensive, but it's complicated sometimes in time. You have to prepare it. Sometimes it's really quick just to grab a snack or grab something that is grab something that has like 80 ingredients. And maybe it's not the best choice, especially if you're a kid. Okay, because it's something that if you do every day, just to go for it, and you go for, I don't know, snacks and something, that you have that snacking culture, it's going to be bad for your immune system, especially if you're so young. And that's, you have this vicious cycle. You have the poisoning by big food, and have the cure by big pharma, but it's not exactly a cure. It's not exactly a cure. Sometimes I can say, we are not going to say that everything that big pharma does is wrong or doesn't work. That is misleading. That is misleading. We know that precisely. Tech, both drugs and surgeries and everything have gone such a long way, and we are living longer. Well, in the United States, we have a little of a problem with that, with the living longer part, precisely because of the food, of the stress, of the lifestyle, of so many factors. But we're going to say that everything that Big Pharma is wrong or bad, because that would be stupid as well. That doesn't work like that. It's like, oh, the blanket statement. We would be no different than the Democrats. We would be no different than the Democrats saying that, oh yeah, everything that Big Pharma does is bad. No, it's like saying that it's like they saying that everything that Trump says, even presenting a 13-year-old brain cancer survivor, that's bad. We're not gonna clap for that. Again, we're not like that, right? We are. It's like, for example, it's like It Is Your Mom. It's like tetanus is an important vaccine. People are gonna discuss that as well. Oh, that is not needed. There's so many crazy people on the internet. Make sure that you get your information. Thank you. It Is Your Mom. I also think that tetanus is an important vaccine. Try to be careful when you get your information from the internet, right? You have to do your due diligence. Nowadays, it's it's easier than ever to do your due diligence. And we need to talk about another topic about due diligence. Oh my God, in a big way. Yeah, tetanus is not a fun thing to have. You can get lockjaw or worse. But yeah, I never understood this, by the way. The hepatitis B vaccine for newborns, like as soon as you are born, I really never understood that. I can understand that if you are, I don't know, 20 years old, something like that, you can get that. But as a newborn, man, I don't know. I have my doubts about that one. But well, I also have doubts about this guy. What can I say? We all have doubts about Zelensky because the guy has been like a wind vane. It has been crazy the past, I don't know, the past 5 days. This guy has said, yeah, I'm going to sign. No, I'm not going to sign. We have the meltdown at the White House. We have so many conflicting reports. It seems that he's willing to sign right now. And as I'm telling you, either use DocuSign or FedEx him the documents with a pen and a return envelope and make it quick, man. Sign the documents, use the return envelope, and let's get this done because this is unsustainable. Just in, Volodymyr Zelensky says, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table. We are ready to work fast to end the war, and the first stages could be the release of prisoners and truce in the sky. So, yeah, he said that he's willing, but he hasn't apologized. This is important. He has not apologized to what happened at the White House on Friday that was completely unacceptable. And Trump said in that address to Congress, Zelensky says that Ukraine is ready to negotiate peace. Ukraine is ready to come to the table. Nobody wants peace more than them. Now, Zelensky, I'm going to tell you. I'm still going to tell you, Zelensky, because I'm a good guy. I see headlines like this. Just in, Belarusian President Lukashenko invites Putin, Zelensky, and Trump to meet in Belarus for negotiations to end the war. Don't pressure Zelensky. Convince him. Come to Minsk. Sit down. No noise. No shouting. We'll make a deal. Just our recommendation, man. But this is the time. This is the time to use that meme from Breaking Bad. Zelensky. That one is better. I told you. You should have signed those documents at the White House. Because that invitation from Lukashenko, I don't know, but that sounds sus. You should have had lunch, man. You should have had lunch at the White House and then signed the documents. What's so easy? What's so easy? Now you have the invitation of another. This is insane. It's completely insane. Man, no, I'm going to tell you. No, don't do that. It's better if you go back to the White House again, if you're invited again. I think if Marco Rubio accepts to that and sign the goddamn papers, man. Sign the goddamn papers. According to Trump himself, well, he is willing to go for it, and the Democrats, of course, are not happy with peace. They want war.
Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts.
I'm going to tell you, well, we should have some kind of awards of who folded faster this year. We already know that Petro has the fastest folding, as in Petro from Colombia folded in what? He folded like in 3 hours or 2 hours, something like that. I've waited. I told you that I've waited longer for an empanada than what it took Petro to fold under Trump's pressure. But Zelensky, well, he took a couple of days. Maybe he realized that people were watching my analysis, my 1 hour and 45-minute analysis, and oh yeah, this doesn't look good for Zelensky. This doesn't look good for Zelensky. He was such a moron, so disrespectful. He realized, no, this is not gonna work. Oh, I was exposed by the bottle language guy. Who knows if the bottle language guy made history and nobody is like Batman. Nobody will know that it was me. But well, this is the thing. I am like Batman in that regard. I'm willing to keep in the shadows.
We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Yeah, that would be amazing. Especially, I know that Trump is trying to set up something, some kind of cooperation, because now we have reports that Putin is, also willing to help Trump with Iran negotiations to, the nukes, to talk about the nukes with Iran. So I think Trump is trying to move the pieces in such a way that everybody is making the deal, right? And part of that deal was Zelensky signing the documents. It was part of that deal. All right, let's sign this. And I see, I got some comments on my ex that tell, Jesus, you're asking Zelensky to accept the terms of the one who invaded, of Putin's terms. Okay, I don't know if it was Putin's terms. And he has to accept the terms of somebody who has not a skin in the game. Like Donald Trump, America is not having skin in the game. But I'm telling you this is very easy to think. Your country, Ukraine, your men are dying. And Russia's soldiers are dying as well. Okay, on both sides. I know that if I'm speaking to Zelensky, well, he would be more worried about Ukraine, obviously. That is a fact right now. Now, if the ceasefire is signed, there are two options. Either Putin breaks it and everybody on both sides begin killing each other again, which is what is happening right now, either way. Or maybe there is a possibility that the ceasefire stands Putin doesn't break it and people stop killing each other. There's a possibility of that. But that possibility will only happen if you sign the ceasefire. If you don't sign anything, people will keep killing each other. Oh, but what if Putin breaks the ceasefire? Then it's the same that is happening right now. You have to do something, anything, to see if the landscape changes. It's that simple. You don't want your people to keep dying in the way that you're basically kidnapping men from the streets. And those videos that we have seen online, it's horrific. How men are being forced to go into the meat grinder. That has to stop. And man, the way to stop it, or at least the probability that it stops, is signing the ceasefire. That's why Trump was upset during that encounter at the Oval Office. I said, what if a bomb falls on us right now? It's like, that is a hypothetical. You're trying to think of hypotheticals. Let's sign the deal and let's see what happens. But no, he had to do all that stuff. He had to embarrass himself. He had to disrespect the United States. He had to piss off half of the United States, because I don't know if it's the other half that still has Trump derangement syndrome. And they say, oh, Trump was so disrespectful and all this. But we also have this, that the U.S. blocks Britain from sharing military intelligence with Ukraine. This is another massive moment. Well, Zelensky, I don't see his body language much convinced of this exchange. Just in, Ukrainian President Zelensky says he regrets what happened at the White House and calls to strengthen relations with the United States. I'm going to ask you, you think that his body language, the body language that you're about to see, which basically you don't care much what he says because he's going to talk in Ukrainian. Maybe there are English subtitles. You can watch them. For those of you who are listening, well, sadly, if you don't know Ukrainian, we don't know. But his body language, you see that his body language is willing of, do the right thing with the United States.
Конструктивної співпраці, партнерських відносин, про те, що відбулось у Білому домі замість наших перемовин, можна тільки шкодувати. Але треба
We're going to put this in double speed.
знаходити силу, йти далі, поважати одне одного, як ми завжди поважаємо Америку, Європу, всіх партнерів, і разом робити все, щоб наблизити мир. Сьогодні у багатьох одне питання, що буде далі з допомогою від Америки. Я доручив міністру оборони України, керівникам наших розвідок, дипломатам зв'язатись зі своїми відповідниками в Сполучених Штатах Америки і отримати офіційну інформацію. Люди не повинні здогадуватись. Україна і Америка заслуговують на поважний діалог, на чітку позицію одне одного. Тим більше, коли йдеться про захист життів у час повномасштабної війни. Зараз не 22-й рік, зараз наша стійкість вища, ми маємо засоби захисту, але для нас важливі нормальні партнерські відносини з Америкою для реального закінчення війни. Ніхто з нас не хоче нескінченної війни.
Yeah, that's important. The relationship with the United States is quite important. And, well, I couldn't help but share this update from Amuse. A shout out to Amuse. Ukraine this week, as Zelensky decided to continue the war, Ukrainian singer Stepan Giga, performed at the Palace of Sports in Kyiv, Ukraine. Life proceeds as normal for many Ukrainians. And you would say, oh, Jesus. We're going to do the Gangnam Style right now, but I cannot because I'm sitting. I can do this. Yeah, it's a party in Kyiv. I don't know. I saw the dates, and it was baffling for me. I trust Amuse that Amuse confirms what is going on. If I will be the one to say that, but this is baffling to me. But I at the same time I can understand because you know that we have. In Venezuela, we have the same stuff that we have. As I'm telling you, you can have this massive concerts, as you say, but you have this massive concerts. How come that you say that Venezuela, that people are starving in Venezuela, and at the same time they have this massive concerts, and the tickets costs hundreds of dollars. how they get money for that. Aren't they starving or something? How is that possible? And well, this is the kind of stuff that you see, the duality that you see in many instances, is that you have a country that is going through stuff, but at the same time, well, it's in many ways life goes on, and I can understand that if you see this, it's easy to be upset. It's really, really, really upsetting in many ways. Again, still take it this with a grain of salt, because I myself find it hard to believe. But knowing that this Amuse does his homework well, and again, I see so many reports, and at the same time, we got community notes on X, and I saw all the accounts that were reporting this, and I saw no community notes whatsoever. So if there were no community notes, this concert actually happened. So, well, keep your hands in the air, headbang like you don't care, whatever. I know that it doesn't go that way, but you have the idea right now. This is, again, I would like to know what you think about this in the comments, because I 100% know that you have something to say about this, many things to say about this. Oh yeah, this has been crazy. The politics. I want to say just a couple of things. Today's show, I was going to do a 1 hour show today. I extended myself a bit. Still, it could have been 1 hour. I want to maybe make the shows more compact. Could have been more compact show, especially to make sure that I can keep up with the shows daily, right? To be able to talk about them every day and make them every day. And something that I'm going to do is to focus more on these topics, because I'm seeing, well, the numbers don't lie. The way that when I talk about these topics, you are favoring these topics. This is a real deal. That it doesn't get. I remember when you told me at some point, Jesus, why are you wasting your time with Meghan Markle? Why are you wasting your time with gossip and celebrities and stuff? And the Royal Rogue is going to continue. I'm going to make sure that the Royal Rogue has at least one video a day, every day. But, well, I say, well, challenge accepted. I think that there's nothing more urgent than, let's say, the risk of World War III. Again, I think there's nothing more important than that. That is the most important thing right now for every single one of us. The only thing that could be more important than the risk of World War III is climate change. Because I fooled you. I saw your face. You really thought, no, that's a scam. No, that's not. The only thing that could be worse than World War III is an interplanetary war, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. It's not happening anytime soon. So yeah, World War III, we need to focus on that. Not only that, but what is going on inside the United States. In regards of inside the United States, so many things happening. We see that Democrats are really unhinged. That is nothing new. We're going to have more unhinged stuff coming. Yeah, I got so many of you. You fell for it. You should have seen your face. I couldn't see your face, sadly, but I had to do it. I had to go for it at some point. I should have gone a bit, talk about carbon in the atmosphere and all. See that maybe speak like Bill Gates, but no, it was more than enough. It was I didn't want you to just switch off to another channel just out of anger. I would be, But not really. I want to focus on these topics, and you have shown me the way. You want to know more of this, and I will be giving you more of this. We got 2 super chats today. Let me see. Heather, whatever. Thank you, Heather, for all your super chats and also for being a member. Remember that if you want to become a member as well, you can join with the join button on YouTube. Thank you, Jesus. DJ, you can do it. The DJ can do whatever he wants. The guy is a warrior. He's a fighter. And Space Science Lab, their father is Satan. We're talking about the Democrats. Remember that? Damn suck. We are gonna this. I think little tiny silly sign. This is the beginning of a what is it, that line, that quote of Casablanca? This is the beginning of a friendship. What is that Casablanca quote? Casablanca. Oh my God. I'm gonna go for it. Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Yeah, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful. And I need more props. I need more props, right? We need more props. We need more props. How many of all the props? We need all the props. And this prop is something that we all need. We all need. And let me see. We are done for today. I'm going to remember that all the topics, all the subtopics, I'm going to release them as standalone videos so you can rewatch them or share them with your loved ones. That way you can support my channel as well. My body language buddies, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. And until we meet tomorrow on episode 92, remember the most important words: much love and bliss. Take care. Be safe. We could make use of a bunker. Remember, we could Airbnb, check on Airbnb for bunkers, but no. I don't think. I hope that there's not gonna be any third world war anytime soon. Interplanetary war, I cannot assure you, but much love and bliss. Take care. Be safe. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.